Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll call the regular council meeting to order. May I have a roll call?
Backnick. Bertone.
Here.
Harrison.
Here.
Harrison.
Here.
Height.
Here.
Horton.
Here.
Pharisee.
Here.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to approve the regular council meeting held August 18th?
Pharisee, so moved.
Bertone, second.
Pharisee.
Aye.
Bertone.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Horton.
Abstain.
Harrison.
Aye.
Backnick.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, we have no guest speakers this evening from our solicitor, Mr. Jim Lyons.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. The only thing I have on the agenda this evening is a noise variance request from the Savinian Club on September
Mayor?
26th. Yes.
May I, at the suggestion of Mr. Lyons, we should amend the agenda to reflect the revision of Resolution 2020-56.
Yes, thank you, Chris. And that is to include the account created for the CARES Act funds, correct?
Yes.
All right, so we do need a motion for that. That's item number 4 under
Please.
legislation.
So moved, Bertone.
Second, Horton.
Bertone.
Aye.
Horton.
Aye.
Backnick.
You're muted, Christina.
Backnick.
Aye.
Harrison.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Pharisee.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Again, my noise variance request from the Savinian Club for September 26, 2020 from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. We'll need a motion for that.
So moved,
Horton makes
Harrison. Second, Horton.
Who made the motion?
Harrison.
Thank you. Harrison.
Aye.
Horton.
Aye.
Pharisee.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Bertone.
Aye.
Backnick.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. This evening, our administrator, Amy Kosik's report.
Mayor, would you like to discuss with council the council meetings moving forward? How those will go, remote or one meeting a month or?
Yeah, so council, we need to amend our meeting schedule if we're going to continue to meet once a month. It'd be my suggestion in my polling of council to continue with the remote. I'm certainly fine, and I know the administration is fine with meeting once a month. If we need to meet more often, we can call a special, but I would suggest that we stick to the second Tuesday of the month going forward.
I'll make the motion that we do, Pharisee, once a month.
Mayor, can we we put a time limit on that until, I don't want to continue to do this forever. There hasn't been that many, I don't know how many cases in Fairport Harbor, but probably less than 10. And so at some point, I'd like to get back to normal business. So I would fall in line with your recommendation now, but let's put a timeline on it.
When would you like to maybe see going back to in-person meetings then?
At the latest, the first of the year. If we could do
I'm
it,
fine with that.
if we could do it sooner than that, we could revisit it, but I wouldn't want to go into next year. COVID's got to end at some point. We can't live this way always, so.
We want to do one meeting, two meetings still, or one? And call specials if we need, or are we going back to two?
I'm good with that, although I would like to have some in-person finance meeting if sometime in the next month, if we could do that.
I don't see why we couldn't. I know we can meet down at the senior center for that, so that's fine. It would be, council's pleasure as far as the meetings go, so put forth a motion or something that we can agree upon, and then we'll move forward with it.
So if Frank could amend his motion to say that we would meet like this until the end of the calendar year, unless we need to revise it, one meeting per month virtually.
I'll amend it saying that.
And I would second it.
Okay, Saracen,
Aye.
Bertone,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Horton,
Aye.
Backnick.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Bertone, while we're on the subject, do you want to set a finance meeting now, or do you want to do that later?
Let's say that Chris and Amy, yourself, whatever works for your schedule, they're in the office, so I'll make it work for whatever. And if that is after hours or daytime, well, just, if you want to set something up and coordinate it with the team, I'm good with it.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All righty,
This
Amy,
is
we're on to your
Harrison. I'll
report
be out
then.
of town until the 4th.
You're going to leave the bunker?
You got it.
Okay.
Okay, and then the only other item I had, Mayor, is the discussion about trick or treat.
Yeah, Chiefs, do you guys, and I know Amy had a conversation today with the mayors and managers and the county Department of Health, and there's no real guidelines that the county's coming out with. I would assume that what I heard from Amy from the other communities is trick-or-treating is going to go forth as it has in years past. I'm certainly not opposed to doing that here in Fairport. I believe it's something that, folks feel like putting on a porch light and handing out candy, and parents feel like sending the kiddies out to get trick-or-treats. I mean, I think that can be done in a socially responsible manner. Chiefs, do you have any opinions on this? What have you guys heard from your fellow departments?
No, I agree, Mayor. You need to do it.
Chief
And I also
Leonard?
want to host a costume contest that we have every year also.
Okay, so Chief Leonard, you are planning on doing the Halloween costume judging that we've done in the park traditionally, or over at the fire station? I think we've done a couple of times due
Yes,
to weather.
sir.
Okay, good. Chief Lloyd, do you have any objections to any of that?
No, I was at the same meeting as Amy, and they didn't really give us a lot of guidance, so I think they kind of left it up to us.
All right, then I would feel safe, or I would feel comfortable then in the conversations, that I've had, with Amy, Bob, and JP, that we would continue to do what we normally do. Is I think we set a 6 to 8 time frame on Halloween, which would be the 31st. I think that's a Saturday. Is that the correct time frame, Council?
Yes.
Yes. I'll make the motion. Let's let Fairport Harbor be leaders. Let's show the rest of the world how we can live with COVID.
I'll second that.
Bertone,
Aye.
Horton,
Aye.
Acknick,
Aye.
Saracy,
aye,
Harrison.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay,
So
anything? Yes, sir.
while we're talking about COVID, and I know we have nothing to do with the school, however, the school is in the community, and we're the leaders of the community, and it's been brought to my attention that high schools, kids are not going to school, and the plan is for them to not have school all year. And I would ask that maybe those members of the board that can revisit that, or maybe think about that instead of making a year-long decision. I would equate that to, I would try to raise my child over text or cell phone videos. And I don't know how the heck we can do that on a continuous basis for 2 years with children. They need to have a regular life. And I think, again, there have been very limited numbers, if any, in Fairport Harbor. And to make a year-long decision based on that kind of information, I would think we'd want to revisit this a little bit, or they should revisit that. So as a community leader, as a member of council, I'm asking that they take a look at that, because schools are part of our community, and I think they need to take a look at that. So while we're talking about COVID, I thought it's
All right, thank you, Mr. Bertone. Amy, do you have anything else in your report that hasn't been in the packet?
On my report, I'll just go quickly. I just have a reminder there for everyone and anyone who might be watching that please don't forget to respond to the 2020 census. Your participation will shape the future of Fairport. Responses to the census to determine how dollars and federal funding are distributed to local communities annually. So if you visit our Facebook page or go online, you'll see a link that you can click on and work your way through that process. Lake County NIMS 2020 is included is a letter from the Emergency Lake County Management Agency about the National Incident Management System requirements. So each city, township, and village in Lake County is required to comply with NIMS in order for Lake County to remain eligible for FEMA grant funding. This includes disaster assistance in the event of a presidential declaration. This test can be taken online. We can certainly help you navigate through the process should you need assistance. Follow-up on meetings are taking place with MSA Professional Services, ODNR, the Port Authority, and the County Commissioners to discuss the next steps with Fairport Harbor Transient Marina Study. ODNR is actively working with Lake County Port Authority to negotiate agreements to move this project forward, so it's very exciting. As mentioned previously, the study provides a look at how we can incorporate anywhere from 70 to 100 boat slips, a fuel dock, fish cleaning station, pop-up shops, and a possible tram station. Media and events, the News Herald was covering us nonstop in August and September. There was an article on August 25th regarding Village Fest being canceled. Another article on the 27th regarding council's review of zoning districts, and another on August 28th regarding the work being done on East Street. Finally, on September 6th, Fairport was featured in the Sunday editorial for the process we're taking to review our zoning districts. And on September 7th, Officer Kylie O'Brien was in the paper receiving a life-saving award with Chief Leonard at the annual police chiefs meeting. So all of those articles were included in your packet. And two quick things that came in after my report went out. Please know that the Ohio Department of Transportation has hired a company to collect traffic count data in Lake County, and there are some counts happening in Fairport Harbor. The majority of the work will take place in September. You'll see rubber road tubes will be used to collect the information, and locations will be on state routes, local roads, and city streets. So those are out there right now. And then Friday at noon, the bridge from Painesville to Fairport will be dedicated in honor of Colonel Donald James Matthew Blakesley by State Representative John Rogers. So if any of you are interested in attending that, please feel free to join us.
What time is that, Amy?
Noon on Friday.
Noon on Friday. Okay.
And that is my report.
Amy,
Yes.
what's the time limit on the NIMS training?
You know what? Doug, that's a good question, and they didn't include a deadline in their letter that they sent out, but I will find out for you.
Okay, you know, I'm Mr. Putoff, so. Okay, thank you.
No
I'm
problem.
with you there, Dad.
Right, you're going to need to block out a bit of time for it. I want to say it's about an hour, maybe an hour and a half or so. And it depends on kind of what your retention is when you get to the test taking portion of it. You guys might retain a little better than I do. I have to go back and forth a couple of times. The NIMS training is nice, but honestly, it's really set up for the safety professional that lives and breathes the acronyms on a daily basis. It's tough for those of us that aren't in it on a day-to-day basis to kind of get through it. But, you know, it is worth doing and something that we have to do to you know, stay current with the funding requirements. So yeah, block out some times and, you know, make a dedicated effort to do it and reach out to, you know, Chief Lloyd, him and his firefighters to help you through it. Okay. Amy, thank you for your report. Thanks for all your hard work and dedication. You're going to continue to be busy. So thank you.
Mayor, just a comment about.
Yes, sir.
We have a great safety force in Fairport Harbor, of course, but she's always seems to rise to the top. So hats off to her. She's doing a great job. I know I feel like my family's protected with her in town. So my thanks to her.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
From our village engineer, Mr. Clyde Haddon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. I do have a couple quick updates for projects. The East Street project is substantially complete. There are a couple rough areas on East Street that we're going to get fixed. And we did receive an estimate for some additional areas within the village that we want to repair some of the pavements. The estimates came in well below what we have left in the budget, so I'm still evaluating the numbers that they sent, and I was going to talk to Amy probably tomorrow to talk about what we wanted to do there, where we wanted to spend the money. The water plant improvements, the plants have gone to EPA for their approval. We'll advertise once we get their approval, and those improvements will begin sometime next year, probably March through August, I would say the construction would be on that. And lastly, today was a deadline for submitting OPWC applications to our district. We did submit an application for the last leg of the water plant improvements that's included in our head plan. That will probably be under construction sometime late summer towards the end of the year. So, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Any questions of Clyde? Thank you, Clyde. From our fiscal officer, Mr. Chris Paquette.
Thank you, Mayor. I provided you with a fund summary current through September 1st, the revenue summary and expenditures, if there's any questions. The amended appropriations is to cover the cost of police and fire overtime, filter replacement engineering costs, some water main break repairs, and of course to allow us to spend the CARES Act money that went into our fund, some $376,000. Then the accepting the amounts and rates from the tax budget committee is needed prior to October 1st. 2021 budget is in the administrator's hands right now for review before I send it out to the rest of the departments for their input, hopefully by the end of the week. And the summary payment listing is included in your report. If there's any questions, please. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Chris. Anyone got questions of Chris?
Good job, Chris.
Absolutely. Okay, we have no old business. We're on the safety committee. Mr. Saracen, do you have anything to add other than what's in the reports this evening?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I talked to Chief Leonard, and I have not had a chance because of the Chinese COVA to be able to give reports, but I want to thank our police chiefs, and I want to thank all of our officers that serve under them. And I want to thank the mayor and the administrator and all of council for making sure that we equipped our police and fire with everything they need to protect their lives and protect the lives of our residents and the residents' families that are coming into Fairport. And also, what we all talked about earlier, we have over, I don't know how many thousands that come in and tourists, and for them to know that we have one of the best police and fire department or forces around anywhere. And it just goes on what you talked about, Halloween and everything. People know they can walk our streets and they feel safe, and we should commend every one of them. And I just want to say that God bless all the Blue for everything they've done. And Chief Leonard is going to talk about Kylie. And we have not just had one officer get an award. We've had many over the years, and it shows just how good Fairport and how proud we are of our police and fire. And again, I want to thank them so much for everything they do and putting their lives in danger. And again, what we do to make sure that they're equipped to protect our village.
Thank you, Mr. Saracen. Chiefs, you got anything to add?
I'd just like to congratulate Officer O'Brien kindly. She did a fantastic job. She's a fine representative of our department. Memo I received from Chief Lloyd, she was a big part in saving that guy's life who did CPR. I'm very proud of her. And all my officers. Excuse me, all my officers.
Very good. Pass along our thanks as well.
Will do.
Okay. I need a motion to pay the bills.
Saracen, so moved.
Bracknick, second.
Saracen.
Aye.
Bracknick.
Aye.
Bertone.
Aye.
Harrison.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Horton.
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2020-54, resolution accepting the amounts and rates determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the auditor.
So
Move
moved.
to adopt. Horton.
Second, Bertone.
Move to suspend the rules.
Second, Bertone.
On the motion to suspend, Horton.
Aye.
Stone.
Aye.
Bracknick.
Aye.
Harrison.
Aye.
Height.
Aye.
Saracen.
Aye.
On the motion to adopt, Horton.
Aye.
Bertone.
Aye.
Bracknick.
Aye.
Harrison.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Saracen.
Aye.
Thank you.
Before I read the next resolution, I just want to talk quickly about the relationship that the village has with the Lake County Metro Parks and their management of our beachfront. We are truly fortunate in this village to have such a a fine organization running that property for us. You know, in normal years, they truly are a world-class operation. In the situation we find ourselves with the pandemic, and you know, things look much different today than they did in March. And you know, March and April and early May, there was a lot of discussions about what was going to be open and what wasn't going to be open. And Paul Pelagi just did a fantastic job at the state level and at the local level of coming up with a reasonable plan to keep these types of facilities open. And, you know, we had quite a bit of foot traffic here in the village. It was done in a safe and responsible manner. And it was done, you know, at a professional level that, you know, it's just truly, we're very fortunate as residents of Lake County to have such a fine organization, but even more so, you know, as village, they're managing that asset for us. So resolution number 2020-055 is in honor of that. So that's a resolution extending our appreciation to Lake Metro Parks for their outstanding leadership and management of our beachfronts in the midst of a pandemic. Whereas due to the unprecedented events due to the pandemic, Lake Metro Parks saw over 250,000 more visits at the parks in March, April, and May of this year than they have seen in previous years. And whereas the summer of 2020 also drew record crowds to our Fairport Harbor Lakefront Park, welcoming over 350,000 visitors that were safely managed by the Lake Metro Parks team to ensure that crowd control and social distancing protocols were in place for the safety of all guests. And whereas as health directives continue to change from day to day, Lake Metro Parks was able to still provide lifeguards and open the concession stand to accommodate residents and visitors throughout the entire summer season. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Fairport Harbor, Lake County, Ohio, as follows: that as representatives of the residents of the village, the mayor, council, and administration extend their sincere appreciation to Lake Metro Parks and their staff for all their efforts to provide a beautiful and safe beachfront that residents and visitors throughout the county were able to enjoy all summer long. The mayor and fiscal officer are hereby authorized and directed to certify and forward a copy of this resolution to Lake Metro Parks. And then section 3, that all formal actions of this council concerning the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting, and all deliberations of this council or any of its committees which resulted in such formal actions were a meeting open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Move to adopt.
Second, Harrison.
Bertone, move to suspend the.
Second, Harrison.
On the motion to suspend, Bertone,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Saracey,
Aye.
Horton,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Backnick.
Aye.
On the motion to adopt, Bertone,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Saracey,
Aye.
Horton,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Backnick.
Aye.
Thank you.
Ordinance number 2020-56, an ordinance to amend the appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Fairport Harbor, Lake County, Ohio during the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2020 and ending December 31, 2020, and declaring an emergency.
Saracey, move to adopt.
Backnick.
Go ahead.
Saracey, move to suspend.
Backnick.
On the motion to suspend, Saracey,
Aye.
Backnick,
Aye.
Bertone,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Horton.
Aye.
On the motion to adopt, Saracey,
Aye.
Backnick,
Aye.
Bertone,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Horton.
Aye.
Thank you.
Ordinance number 2020-057, an ordinance establishing that the village public safety forces are substantially dedicated to the village's response to the public health emergency with respect to the coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, and that funds from the Coronavirus Relief Fund Local Government Assistance Program Act shall be used to pay the salaries and benefits for the public safety forces for the period from March 1st, 2020 until December 30th, 2020, and declaring an emergency.
Seriously, move to adopt.
Heights, second.
Seriously, move to suspend.
Heights, second.
On the motion to suspend, Saracy,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Bertone,
Aye.
Backnick,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Heights, Horton.
Aye.
On the motion to adopt, Saracy,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Bertone,
Aye. Aye.
Backnick,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Horton.
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2020-058, a resolution approving a petition for the creation of a shoreline special improvement district and for the levy of special assessments for shoreline improvement projects and declaring an emergency.
Move to adopt Harrison.
Second, Bertone.
Move to suspend Harrison.
Second, Bertone.
On the motion to suspend, Harrison,
Aye.
Bertone,
Aye.
Backnick,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Horton,
Aye.
Saracy.
Aye.
On the motion to adopt, Harrison,
Aye.
Bertone,
Aye.
Backnick,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Horton,
Aye.
Saracy.
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2020-059, a resolution recognizing and honoring the Fairport Harbor Historical Society on their 75th anniversary. Council and administration wish to publicly honor and recognize the Fairport Harbor Historical Society on their 75th anniversary. And whereas the Fairport Harbor Historical Society celebrates their 75th anniversary during the year 2020. In recognition of this milestone, Mayor Manross, Village Administration, and Village Council wish to thank the Historical Society and their numerous volunteers for their countless hours of community engagement, volunteerism, support, and maintenance of the Fairport Harbor Lighthouse and Marine Museum. And now, therefore, the Village of Fairport Harbor, Mayor Timothy S. Manross, and Village Council wish to publicly commend, recognize, and honor the Fairport Harbor Historical Society for their work, effort, and commitment to the Village of Fairport Harbor and the Fairport Harbor Lighthouse and Museum.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend the rules.
Second.
On the motion to suspend, Bertone,
Aye.
Horton,
Aye.
Saracy,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Backnick.
Aye.
On the motion to adopt, Bertone,
Aye.
Horton,
Aye.
Saracy,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Backnick.
Aye.
Thank you.
So before we open, if anyone has any other questions, I know Saturday, I believe it's the 19th from 6 to 7, there is a small celebration happening on the Lighthouse Hill in recognition of the 75th anniversary. of the Fairport Harbor Historical Society. I know Mr. Bertone could probably talk to it much better than I can, but 75 years ago, a small group of citizens got together to basically save that structure for all of Lake County. It's 100% volunteer. There's a lot of heavy lifting done by a lot of hands there. When the resolution talks of numerous volunteers, I mean, it's hard to really kind of put your head around how many folks really are involved in that. But it's really a small dedicated few that carry a lot of the heavy lifting there. Mr. Bertone is one of those, and he's done a marvelous job for probably over the last 20 years or so, donating his time and talents to the restoration of that, museum. So what you see there and the beautiful grounds and the uplighting, et cetera, a lot of that is done by Tony and his crew. He's far too modest to take any credit for it, but I want to thank him and all of the volunteers there. And I know Amy and I plan on being there, and I would imagine it's an open invitation to the rest of council as well. So I have nothing else this evening. Anything else from council?
I'd like to mention that tourism is going to start bidding online the mermaids that have been
Okay.
displayed over the summer. So you'll find more information on that online, but that will start next Monday and it will last for a week. The bidding starts at $20. It's sad that we can't do it in person, but those things they're pretty awesome. I love them, and hopefully they can raise some money that way.
Yeah, we had a nice spot on Fox 8 with those, didn't we, last week?
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Chris, did we have any questions come in, or Amy?
Not on my end, Mayor.
I didn't see
No.
any either.
No.
Well, if nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Horton.
Second, Harrison.
On the motion to adjourn, Horton,
Aye.
Harrison,
Aye.
Becknick,
Aye.
Becknick,
Aye.
Bertone,
Aye.
Heights,
Aye.
Heresy.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Night all.
Take care, everybody.
Everybody be safe.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night,
Hey, Mayor,
everyone.
did you say we're meeting the third Tuesday of every month now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
perfect.
All right. Good night.